have now read this. I finally did it. I finally finished my arc, and I have some thoughts. Probably the biggest one, though, the biggest thought in my brain is this is not Divine Rivals. It's its own thing. It's separate, and that's okay. If you were going into this book not knowing anything, that's exactly what I did. But I do feel like it's important to know just like a smidge. The story really centers around our film and character Matilda. She's a new goddess. She's figuring it all out as best as she can. Her powers, how this kind of political system works between the gods, but really what her role is going to be as the messenger to the gods. And while she's figuring it all out, which like kudos to her, I don't think I could have done any better than she did. She meets Vincent, the male main character in this, but also a mortal. He dreams of Matilda. Through his dreams, they meet and become friends. I would say they're friends. And I feel like that's really where things start to happen. So I don't want to say anything more plot-wise. Things you can expect with this book is dual POV. I would say friends to lovers, which may or may not turn into star-crossed lovers, which is a trope. How are we feeling with that trope? It's tough and sad, no? Oh gosh, the pain. And I would definitely say there is a slowish burn with this book. Let's talk about what worked for me, because there was some stuff that was like really well done. For me, of course, there's always her writing. I've said it before. I feel like she was put on this planet to write books. They read like legends. They read like stories that will stand the test of time, which is a huge feat. And I love her for it. I feel like she really nails the vibes though, specifically the mythology aspect. When I was little, I had this obsession with Hercules. And because my obsession couldn't just stop with the movie, I'm specifically talking about the Disney movie, I then was like, okay, well, I need to know everything that I can know about the gods. If you've read any stories about the gods, like they're not usually happy, but you learn many lessons through that. But Wild Reverence reads exactly like those stories. I really felt like she nailed how the gods would behave, act towards one another. There was this cold detachment that I was like, yeah, like that makes sense. That makes sense. Their concept of time, the way that they love is so different, which made these moments of love and vulnerability so much more powerful. You also got to see Matilda have this human experience that was really nice to see. Like it made me feel a lot, but it was really nice. And when the romance was happening, it was giving. And like the quotes were quoting. But now we have to talk about what I didn't love, what didn't work for me. I would say that this is pretty lengthy, which in itself is not a problem. I can read a long book. I can handle long books, okay? It was just that I didn't feel connected for quite like a majority of this book, which was really weird. I felt like I couldn't connect with the characters or the story or the romance. And that was probably for like the first 30 to 50% of things. And I genuinely was worried. I was like, is it me? Is it me? Am I the drama? Should I not read this right now? But I wanted to, so I kept going. But the second half, I started to feel some things. There were some butterflies fluttering. I felt some anger, but mostly I just felt sad. Like I felt really sad reading this. I do feel like it would have been nice to have some of the romantic aspects happen a little earlier in the book. Like I don't need it. Do I like it? Yes, I'm not gonna lie about that. But I feel like it would have helped the pacing of things a little more. Maybe I just needed a bit more of like a build up to the bigness of the feelings. I don't know. That's a thing. I don't know. But again, the vibes of this are very different than Divine Rivals. I personally would classify that as an upper YA duology. I wouldn't say that it's a romantasy. I would say that it's a fantasy with romance. This is a standalone adult fantasy with some romance, you know? If your favorite part of Divine Rivals was the romance, just know that that's not the focus in this one. That's all I'll say. Like it's a part of it, but it's not like the focus. And yes, I would recommend reading Divine Rivals before you read this. Spoilers, no. I mean, you could read this first. I just felt like everything meant a little bit more because we got kind of like an inside scoop with Divine Rivals. Now, the tricky thing is how do I rate this book? Because like I said, the first half of this was a bit of a struggle. It took me some time to get into it, and it wasn't one that was holding my attention the way that I thought that it was going to. So I feel like the first half I would give like a 3-star, but then the last bit was so good. Like the last 20%, that's when I really started to feel some things. But sometimes I rate my books based off of the ending and based off of the last bit of emotions that I feel when I've read a book. I can't base the whole rating off of the ending of the book because it's just like, that's not fair for the journey, okay? Just because we arrived at the destination, there's a whole bit before then. But that ending was really good and I felt some things I didn't want to feel. So probably feel like this is a 3.5-star read for me. In no way bad. It is good. The story is good. And I did feel like I went on this journey with Matilda. I just didn't feel that connection. And I wanted to feel it. I'm sad that I didn't feel it. But I do feel sad now it's over. Like, weird. Being a reader is not this like clear-cut experience. People are like, oh, read, it's so fun. Like, yeah, but it's also 18 other emotions as well. Melancholy. I feel like melancholy. This is a melancholy read for me. So where are we landing with this? Are we reading it? Is it high up on the TBR? Have you ordered a copy? And if you have watched this and you have read it, let me know your thoughts. I do think that this will be quite popular. Do you think a lot of people are going to love it? Some of the quotes alone are so beautiful. I don't know how Rebecca Ross does it. Like, she takes like the bottom of my soul where all the extra love is, and she goes, we're going to write a quote about that. And she does it, and it's epic every time. All of my socials are linked down below, as well as a link to my Discord group. It's free to join. I'll see you in the next one. Bye, friends.